Okay, so we're gonna do another dose of the daily dose. I'm recording it the day after I posted the dose, simply because I got busy and couldn't, and I was very tired. So, and you didn't want me to record it looking like I looked last night. So anyway, I wanted this question to be to both sexes, um, and I had more men once again responding than men, which used to be vice versa. When I was doing something similar to this a few years ago, like the women were all over it. And I don't know if that's indicative of where we are today in relationships or discussions about relationships. Are women all talked out at this point? Or are they just tired? I don't know. But anyway, here's the question. The question is, why aren't the good men and good women that are out there finding each other? I mean, if there's so many of us, right? Why do there continue to be so many single women and single men who aren't happy about it? Um, and there was a lot that was said about this. There was some that said that women and men had forgotten their roles within relationships. There's another one that says unrealistic expectations, myths, selfish motives, unwillingness to compromise. Um, one of mine that I really like is talk about us just being tired by the time we meet each other, right? We've been lied to, we've been cheated on, we've been taken for granted, used and abused, so to speak, so that by the time you meet that person that's really good for you, you're just too tired. And then that kind of goes along with a comment that one of my friends from back home keeps saying. He keeps saying that people don't want to put in work anymore, right? And the relationships of old. And maybe it's because people are so damn tired. They're too tired to put in the work. I don't know. But there's all of this was being said yesterday. And then somebody said, well, define good women versus good men. And it's kind of like saying real love, right? I think all of those three things are labels that we've put out there that people might not exactly know what they mean. When I say good men or good women, um, I don't necessarily mean someone who, ooh, and this might cause controversy when I say this, but I don't necessarily mean a person who won't cheat or won't argue or who won't be selfish every now and then. Because here's the thing, we're all human beings and everyone has the capacity to do any of those things. But what you want is someone who loves themselves enough to not want to do those things. Notice I didn't say loves you enough, but someone who loves themselves enough to want to engage in a relationship with someone that is not hurtful, that is not spiteful. I mean, are you going to get your feelings hurt by people? Of course you are, because again, we're human beings. That's the way it works. But it's whether that person means to hurt you. Do they mean to upset you? Do they mean to betray you or do something wrong? I think now we're all kind of sensitive about things that happen, and I don't know. I think that that's part of what I mean when I say good men and good women. Now, the thing is, I've seen several of these people say, well, you meet the representative at first and you do this. And people were talking about, what people look like externally. We get caught up in that. And so we don't really, look at what the good person is really like. And I hear every bit of that. But I also think it's because we are being led by something other than our own energy, our own spirit. Now, I'm not going to get into a religious debate. So let me say this. I don't care whether you call it your spirit man, your inner man, your intuition, your conscience, your subconscious. I don't care what you call it. Pick whatever word makes you happy. What I'm talking about is that little nudge that you get inside you when you meet someone or when you have a conversation with someone that tells you yay or nay. A lot of times we get these little red flags, like, for example, guys, I know you hear this all the time from women. We'll say, listen, I don't trust easy. I've been hurt. Don't hurt me. Um, I'm giving you, my trust. So be careful with it, da 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 da, whatever. Most of the time, we're saying that because we already think you're going to do it. There's something within my spirit that picks up within your spirit that you're that kind. Don't take that wrong. I'm just saying. And that just may be the energy that you're giving off. Maybe because you did in your last relationship, right? Or that's where you are in your life at this moment, you know? But what I find about us is whether it's something like that or something else, we get little red flags that say, this one's not for you. And we either completely ignore the red flag, right? Like, or we justify it, or we rationalize it. We do something because we want it to be what we want it to be so bad that we ignore that. And then when exactly what our spirit tried to tell us was going to happen, and when it actually does happen, we get pissed. And the truth is, we're probably really not even mad at that person as much as we pretend to be. We're really mad at ourselves. They just become our scapegoat because, after all, they're the ones that did it. And what I think is, be mad at you. Be mad at me because I chose you. So I think there's a combination of things when we talk about this particular subject. I think that if we're being led by our spirit and by our energy versus our eyes versus our emotions, then we're going to be a lot better off in finding the person that's supposed to be with us. Do we need to change our expectations? Probably so. Do women need to get over, the myths that he's supposed to have an S on his chest and ride up on a white horse? Yeah, no, get rid of that too. Do men need to understand that society and the men that came before you have created a situation where women have had to change and evolve into different roles, some for the good, some maybe not? Yeah, you do. You do. I think that we all need to learn very valuable lessons, that there's a difference between submission and subservient. They are not the same thing. You can be independent and still be submissive. That's a great lesson for both sides to learn. Um, and I think we just always, and we need to understand that whatever your mindset is that's what it is. If you think that you're not going to find a good person because everyone's already too tired, then yeah, you're not going to find anybody. Everybody's already too tired. If you think that all men cheat, guess what? Every man you're with is going to cheat. If you think all women don't know their place, you're going to attract women who don't know your place. We attract that which we believe and intend in our hearts is going to happen to us, and what we deserve to happen to us. Um, I don't know. I don't know if it's because, the older I get, the more I just see things a little bit differently. I don't know. I don't know if when we're young and gorgeous and we could want nothing in terms of like our bodies and whatever, right? We can go from dawn until dusk and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't know if we just miss it then, because we don't appreciate anything, or if it takes life happening to us to make us want to figure this crap out. I don't know. Um, I think that we don't find each other because we're looking with our eyes, our ears, and our emotions instead of looking with our spirit. Because when you listen with your spirit, you don't have to look. It finds you, or it just happens. Um, and it takes work. Not work as in bad work, but it takes a constant reevaluation to remind yourself to sit back and that it's okay to just allow life to happen. You don't have to try to make it be whatever it's going to be. But yeah, that's my take on it. I don't think we find each other because we're looking with the wrong things in the wrong way. And most of us haven't figured out who the hell we are, so we don't know what we deserve. How about that? Nobody wants to do their own work. We want to blame it on everybody else. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. Catch you next time. Sorry for the sinus stuff going on, but y'all know what time of year it is. Talk to you later.